Hello and welcome to the Lost Art Podcast. I'm Garrett and I'm here with Helmet.
How's things?
This week we're going to do the Women of Rap.
We've no place doing this.
No, we do. We're allowed. We're allowed
because we've always said this was going to be on the podcast. We've done 80s rap. We have the 90s rap one, which is incredibly hard to pick 6 songs off. So we said, do you know what? We are both mad into loads of fucking female rappers. Let's just do one on that.
Yeah. So. Also, we haven't had a kind of female-centric one, really. So it's about time to bang one out. Not like bang one out, like not bang one out, like bang out a podcast. Make a podcast. Make a podcast about it.
See how guarded we already are.
Yeah, but this is tread lightly. This is as bad as the fucking mental health one.
This is more of a
landmines everywhere. And not only that, I'm only back from watching that Birds of Prey movie.
Women of slap.
Oh my fucking god.
Did they give a few people a slaps?
There's a few slaps handed out. No, to be fair, the only slaps handed out were to men who are all evil, apparently. All men in the DC Universe world in that movie
even
are
the
bad.
Batman.
Batman's not even really mentioned it. Well, he kind of is, but it's one of the worst things I've ever seen. I mean,
he gave them their start. Him, the Joker, the mob. He gave them their start.
It's fucking atrocious. It's so terrible.
This is a thing we had. We've loads of playlists that had. We have not many. I picked Missy Elliott at least in one.
Oh yeah, she's been in a few. There definitely has been.
But when we put this playlist together, we listened through it and went, "This is fucking such a good playlist.
It's a banger of a playlist.
It really is. There's only one song I don't like on it, and we'll
get there. Yeah, right. Who's your first one?
My first one is a rapper called No Name, and the song is Blaxploitation from the 2008 album Room 25. Now, you'll have to guide me during this entire podcast between the difference between an album and a mixtape.
Okay.
So, Blaxploitation is the Room 25 is a mixtape. Yeah. Yeah, on Spotify, to me, that's an album.
Yeah.
It sounds incredibly produced.
Yeah.
I don't understand. But listen, we'll talk about that throughout the course of the podcast. So, Fatima Nima Warner is No Name. She's an American rapper. She started out as a poet doing slam poetry. Now, I can't do slam poetry.
Def Jam Records had an entire wing dedicated to slam poetry.
It's brilliant. It's just not for me.
Oh no, it's not brilliant. It's shite. It's fucking shite.
No,
I don't care.
What it is it's incredible for people that don't have any producer or someone or that don't know how to do that, but don't want to get their message out in a sort of rap form. It just something about slam poetry makes me.
It's a real late 80s, early 90s thing. It was very, very popular, and it's where we got a lot of rappers from.
It's obviously incredibly important. So she comes from Chicago. She featured first on Chance the Rapper's mixtape, but then she released Telephone, which is it's really fucking good. This mixtape to me was just her first album, but it's not a studio album apparently. I don't know. So actually, explain to me the difference between a mixtape and an album.
All right, so it's kind of an evolving thing, right? So mixtape started off as a cheap way of just putting content out.
Yeah.
So what rappers would get together with their mates, producers and DJs, and they bang together. They just try and fill up a tape. Fill up a C90.
Can you, on a mixtape, use whatever samples you want?
Pretty much, because you're selling them out. You sell them out the back of a car.
Back of a car, yeah.
Yeah. So what's happened now is you've got these kind of official mixtapes, yeah, and there's not as much money and effort put into them as an album,
right? And
they generally are self-financed.
Yeah.
Now, because they're going on to stuff like Spotify, any samples are cleared, right? So they're no longer...
And the ones that aren't, the tracks just get thrown out or fixed up, whatever.
Exactly.
Right, okay.
It's a different animal altogether.
Yeah, because I did watch the episode on the Evolution of Rap on mixtape, but I still didn't quite get what you can and can't do on a mixtape that you can on an album. Right, okay.
Like it used to be one thing, but now it's another name for like a little, almost a vanity project, if you get me.
Yeah,
Where they'll get a lot of their mates together and generally you'll have, say, someone like 50 Cent was known. 50 Cent is like the famous mixtape guy.
Yeah.
Right?
That was even...
It's where he got famous,
remember we were watching a documentary and even after he released his huge album, he went straight back into the mixtapes.
Yeah, because
that's
it's just... What a lot of the times with mixtapes is there'll be less... how would you put it? Less collaboration with the actual rapper. Like he'll have mates of his, he'll just put together a load of music, he'll rock up with a book full of rhymes and just blurt a load of shit out.
It's just getting content out regardless of labels and situations.
Yeah.
That's kind of class. It's kind of what some people do with, like maybe even alter egos or EPs that we talked about.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do like that. And also, if you're any kind of creative person and you're caught in a quandary between albums, I suppose that's a brilliant idea to just keep creating, because it gets you out of that horrible. Do you ever get that? Do you ever get that thing where you haven't created a song in about a few months and you start getting this weird, almost depressed feeling like you haven't tapped that vein in a while?
Oh, not anymore. I used to, but not anymore.
Really? I still get that. I still have to go onto Logic or something and start putting a load of just music down. Even if it's just for me and it doesn't go anywhere, I have to do it.
That gene has left me.
Anyway, that's good to know. Anyway, her stuff is...
I like it. It's real funky.
Yeah, it is. This is the more funkier stuff than the Telephone EP, because this is or Telephone mixtape.
This is kind of like, to me, this is like brand Nubian style, kind of Erykah Badu, kind of bohemian rap, you know.
Her other stuff is crazy chilled out, really, really chilled out. I couldn't find a huge amount of information until I hit this little vein on the internet where I found out something real interesting about her. So the song that I picked has a sample from the Dolomite movie, and it's such an incredible sample.
The opening thing, isn't it?
It's such an incredible... It's almost like a little skit or whatever like that. But that's from the Dolomite movies. That Eddie Murphy movie's on Netflix to watch it. It's really, really good.
Super.
And there's a few other samples in it from The Spook Who Sat by the Door. That's the main sample that's put in the middle of it. She had a big break when she went on the Colbert Show and did like kind of medley of her stuff. But I was kind of like looking at her thing going, she hasn't released an album in a while. And I kind of checked when her next album is out. There's a bit of a hiccup with this. She might be leaving music.
Okay.
Completely.
Really?
Because this is strange, right? She says that her gigs have too many...
White people.
Yeah, well,
white
basically.
People. Yeah, this is a common thread.
Basically. But it's not just like too many white people. It's an unequal mix.
Yeah.
So, now the more I read into it, at first I was like, just do what you're doing until... Yeah. But then I started reading into it more of it. There was just a whole crowd of white people shouting the N-word back in her lyrics back at her. Yeah. And that would absolutely start to get to you after a while. It's like... A lot of her peers and people around her had huge black crowds. And she was kind of wondering, what the fuck is going on?
Why am I not getting these?
Yeah. Like, whatever about... When I put all my music online, it basically, for an artist nowadays, is almost free. Yeah. Because it's gone on Spotify. Yep. So the gigs have to be where you make your money.
100%.
But if your gigs are where you're basically... I'll just read a couple of quotes that she said, because, to be honest with you, her words... Now, when someone goes on Twitter, people should be really careful on Twitter about it, because then they always have to back up what they say with what they really mean. And the fact that there's only a certain amount of characters allowed, and you can't put a full mission statement up of what you really mean. So you go on there in a bit of a pissed off mood after maybe a gig, and you put out a statement of like, I'm not fucking dancing for these white crowds anymore. Yeah. And that'll just be absolutely eaten alive by people. It's like, fucking...
We pay our rent.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Always.
I as much as I can, I think I get it.
I absolutely get it.
I absolutely think, as much as we can...
I despise going to hip-hop gigs. I didn't go and see Wu-Tang Clan when they played there.
It would have been horrible.
Exactly.
I wouldn't have done it.
I'm not going to see Snoop Dogg. But I refuse. No. The last hip-hop gig I went to was... it was a long time ago. It must have been 15, 16 years ago. It was Ice-T in Crawdaddy.
Yeah.
I went to see Ice-T.
Crawdaddy?
Yeah. I think it was Crawdaddy. It was
That's
Crawdaddy.
Like 700?
Not even.
6'5"?
I can't even remember. It was a small enough
100 venue,
and it was horrific. It was fucking horrific. And he's obviously doing it so long now that he understands. So he started talking about like 8 Mile and how they all came up doing rap battles. So then he started doing a rap battle and he started pulling people out of the audience to have rap battles. So, like, it's less Ice-T for me and more stupid white Irish fucker trying to fucking have a rap battle with another stupid white Irish fucker.
So, but this is it. She's speaking about like serious socio-economic issues to do with African Americans, and it's just
growing up black,
white people shouting the lyrics back, and it's kind of like she's really, really, really wants to get messages out rather than just have a career.
Yeah, just be catchy hooks, like
catchy hooks. Yeah. So if you were having that shouted back at you all the time, you're kind of like
Kendrick Lamar done this a while ago as well. If you remember, there was Murder. He pulled a girl up on stage. And asked her to do a verse. Yeah. And she done the verse. The verse he asked her to do it. And she used the correct word that is part of the verse that he does.
One
and he
stopped, which you don't.
And ends in A.
Yeah,
right?
Which you don't.
Which you...
Or if you're an absolute mutant, it'll end in R.
I wouldn't. I'd just say something else.
Yeah.
But he just pulled some fucking random person out of the crowd. And when she said his lyric that he asked her to say, he lost his mind and shut down the gig. Kicked her off the stage and berated her.
But it is on her to not say that.
It's on him to pick a fucking verse for someone to do. If you're gonna, I guarantee you 90% of every Kendrick Lamar gig is white people.
Yeah.
The same way if you went to see, if you dug up Biggie Smalls tomorrow and put a gig on in Madison Square Gardens, 90% of the people are going to be white.
Like, you have to understand that this music, it comes from quite an angry place at times, and you can completely understand that. So one of her quotes is, "Me consistently creating content that is primarily consumed by a white audience who would rather shit on me than challenge their liberalism because somehow liking Lizzo's music absolves them of racist tendencies." That's a really well put together fucking statement. It's harsh and it's fucking in your face.
Yeah.
Then she says, "When I go to work," because this is work.
Yeah.
"Thousands of white people scream the N-word back at me. I'm not changing my art to suit it."
Yeah.
But I think in that, she's actually not really pissed off about the white crowd. She's just sort of disappointed that not more of a crowd who she's writing this music for is coming to see her live. So it remains to be seen whether the album Factory Baby will come out or not. Because
is it made or is it half made?
Couldn't tell you.
I should probably start with it.
This has happened a few times across these artists.
There's one big one coming up at halfway through. That's the kind of queen of it all, really.
And I just found that interesting. And I absolutely don't have... I mean, well, first of all, I wouldn't have a right to have a problem with any of that. If she came to Ireland, I would go and see her. But I think Europe will be different. You can't really have that. If she came to Ireland, for instance, I think Kanye West came to Ireland and made a comment about how white the crowd was. Oh, yeah. But unfortunately, in Ireland,
that's what you have.
The ratio,
yeah.
I mean, come on.
It's changing all the time, but yeah.
It is, yeah.
I really like this song. I wrote down that super funky.
She's a fantastic rapper.
The use of samples are fantastic. Yeah.
But check even the Telephone, the mixtapes. It's so much more chilled and it's really, really good. I think in essence that can sometimes, the lack of anger in some of our stuff can open up a kind of audience that she's not, what she's talking about, basically.
No, I enjoyed that. That made me interested enough to go and check out what
she's fucking brilliant, and I just think I can kind of understand that, like the effort that she puts into her music, and it's a weird one. There are a lot of people listening going, "Nah, that's bullshit." I'm like, well, listen, you didn't grow up in America. You didn't grow up in America, so
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Who's your first one? My
first one is Doja Cat, and the song is Cyber Sex. This is from I think our album that came out last year, 2019. I'd heard the name Doja Cat, but I never bothered. I just assumed it's a great name. She popped up on one of the last year when this album came out, and this is her second album. She only got 2 albums. When the second album came out, it was suggested to me by Spotify. So what I do when I'm sick of listening to the same old shite over and over and over again, I'll go into new releases or fucking whatever, and I'll find something. It's something like a cover. That'll draw me in. But I've seen Doja Cat. I was like, I've been meaning to kind of have a look at this now for a while. So I popped it on.
We do this a lot, even though we've got probably, I'd say me and you each have about 25 albums on the back burner we need to listen to from the last few years. But unfortunately, sometimes you'll see something pop up in a review or something, go, I have to, for some reason, to listen to this right now.
There's something in it where I have to jump on it.
I have to get on it.
I listened to the album all the way through, and I loved it. Now, it's standard enough kind of modern hip-hop. I'm sure there's like 45 fucking producers, and I don't know. But there's something there that's a bit weird about it. Her real name, wait till you fucking hear this, holy shit. Her real name, I have to read this out kind of phonetically. So, well, her name is Amalarannata Zandili Delamini.
It's a class name. Right? I can't say it because it's got... Me and syllables don't always see eye to eye.
I don't understand. I think one of her parents is Dominican. I don't understand what's going on. She's Los Angeles based, 2 albums. She's actually Alamaratna Zandili Dilaminini or something like that. I can't. It's too.
This is where we will always fall down.
This is the Irish tongue. It doesn't, like, our mouth and tongue can't make the shapes.
Yeah, the shapes.
When you start banging,
we're not trying to be ignorant. We're just
D's and L's and fucking Z's and R's together and stuff.
We're just not good at it.
Doesn't work, yeah. I can say potato real well. Spud, muck.
But that's over practice.
Grey, rain. Yeah, so all I say, really. She's actually talented. Production of the album is fucking super. It's so clean. Super, super modern. This is, how would you put this? So, I was thinking about the way kind of, female rappers in hip hop have always been kind of portrayed, and there seems to be kind of only